Mic's on. Excellent. Okay, hello and welcome back to Cyrene Sews. My name is Sarah. I do sewing and crocheting, and this week we are going to be crocheting for Lab Week. I'm going to make some organisms, some bacteria, shapes, and that I get to see at work all the time when I do gram stains, and we get to see a Joann's haul. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks. So I just did 2 videos that I trashed for completely other reasons, and then I realized I didn't have my mic on me or turned on, so doesn't matter. Anyway, so we're starting our week off on Wednesday, April 9th. Even this beginning of the week was super busy. I just finished editing and posting my last video, which was a couple days late. I really hope to get more consistent. It's kind of a crazy week. I didn't get a whole lot done, so as far as crafting goes, so it was a little short. So we'll see how this week goes. I have a Joann's haul to show you. Yesterday I went shopping at Joann's and I used my discount, which was great. The Joann's here it's a small town, so the Joann's here has accelerated their sales. When I was at my dad's, I went to their Joann's, and it's a bigger city. It's still a small city compared to a lot of other places, but it's a bigger city. And the Joann's there, they were still at 20% off of their fabric, and my store is 50% off most fabric, 70% off fleece and flannel, I think. So a lot more accelerated sales at my place, and plus I get the 30% discount, which is great. So I went shopping. I got a whole bunch of fabric and 2-yard increments. I spent less than I thought I was going to spend. I still spent a lot, but I spent a lot less than I thought I was going to spend, so I may do it again. We shall see. Anyway, so we're starting off now. As I've said before, I am a medical technologist at my lab. I work in the microbiology lab at my local hospital. And Lab Week is coming up in 2 weeks. And I wanted to make something. I try to make something every year. Last year I made some wristlets with micro fabric, and I made some like itty bitty washcloths or face cloths, whatever you want to call them. And initially this year I was going to crochet some agar plates. That's where we grow our bacteria. I made the plate just fine, but when I tried to put the streaking on it, I'm sorry if you don't know what I mean. But anyway, when I tried to put the streaking on it, I'm not at a skill level to be able to do that. So I decided that instead I'm going to make the organisms. So I'm going to make that we see in a gram stain. I'm going to make gram positive, which are purple, gram negative, which are pink. And so the purple ones there'll be little chains of balls, and they'll be like for strap. And then there'll be little balls of like a grape cluster of balls, and that's for staff. And then we'll have little rods for the like coba and whatnot. And then for the gram negatives, we'll have rods, and then we'll have the diplococks, so just two little circles kind of together. So those are pink. And so I'm really excited to start doing that. I was going to use acrylic yarn, but I thought I had everything with me. Oh yeah, I do. There it is. Okay. Anyway, but when I went to Dollar Tree, I saw this yarn, and it's chenille. I honestly don't like working with acrylic very much because I have a hard time not separating it. Maybe I'm just getting cruddy, cheap yarn or something, maybe. I don't know. But I do definitely like working with the plush yarn. The chenille is also a nice yarn to work with. It is a little harder to see the stitches, but I don't really have that much problem. So I got my pink for my gram negative and my purple for my gram positive. And yeast is the gram positive as well. There'll be a little budding yeast, so it's kind of an oval with another little oval. It's just especially for one of my coworkers, she loves the yeast. So definitely going to make at least one of those for her. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to start right now. So this is not as soft as other chenille I've used. And it took a while to find the right size. I thought it would be smaller because of the other chenille I've used, but I think it's chenille. Anyway, so I finally got the hang of it. Sometimes, honestly, sometimes I have to redo my magic circle like 5 times. Totally normal. But this one is not as smooth as other chenilles. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just not chenille. Anyway, I finally got my 6 on the magic ring done. This is not a pattern that I found. I'm going to totally wing it and make the shapes and see how it goes. Okay. So I was struggling with it is chenille. It does say chenille. It's not as smooth as other ones I've worked with. So I had to adjust my tension. I had to make loose tension, but it turned out all right. It's not so loose that I have stuffing sticking out. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put this in or not. I think the gram negative ones, some of those have flagella, but I don't think the gram positive ones do. We definitely don't see this on a gram stain. But I don't know if it may just look better with things coming out of it. Maybe people will recognize it for what it is that don't do what I do. But either way, this is finished. This is a gram positive rod, and it looks, I mean, most people might not know what it is. So I don't know. But either way, I'm going to keep going. And I think next I'm going to make some cockseye in chains. So I thought I had turned my mic on, but apparently it didn't work. I didn't look for the green light. Anyway, so thankfully I checked that and before I continued on. So I wasn't really. I finished it off. I cinched it. It didn't really cinch very nicely. So I mean, it could pass. It could pass for a cockseye in pairs. But I think what I might have to do is make them separately and then sew them together. Especially if I want to make a chain, because getting those little parts and then going bigger, that's kind of hard on my hands. But again, I'm not really liking this yarn. I'm glad that it was only $1.25, but at the same time, I thought it would be easier than acrylic, and I'm not so sure. So, but I might go get the acrylic. I know they have the colors I want at Walmart. They do not. My Joann's doesn't have barely any yarn. They definitely don't have the color I want, the pink and the purple. And the other ones close-ish, they had like one thing had the pink and one had the purple, but they didn't really match. And I want them to be similar enough at least. But one was like really small and one was really like thicker. One was super soft, but it would look like it would separate easily, so we don't want that. So anyway, we'll see what we do, but I think my hands are tired now. I don't get to do a whole lot, an hour, maybe two, and then they need some rest. Plus I had to use a grabber to pick stuff up when I was cleaning. I did a lot of cleaning this morning because I didn't end up going into work. Well, I went to work. I didn't even punch in. My daughter texted me she threw up at school. So probably just the antibiotics she has, but I took her to the doctor in hopes that they would change them, and they did not. They said just eat more, and when you eat it, when you have the pill. So then, okay, that's what we'll do, and hopefully, oh, and they gave her anti-nausea medicine as well. So that is all for now, and tomorrow there will be more. Maybe tonight. I might get the fabric out of the car and show you my favorite fabric haul, but definitely tomorrow. So see you. So I decided to try the pink Dollar Tree yarn, and it was a lot better than the purple. Yeah, I accidentally did one more increase than I should have though. But anyway, so this is a little thicker than I wanted to be done compared to the purple, but it worked out better. But I went through my stash, and turns out I actually have a suitable pink and purple in Posh. This is actually closer to the color of the gram stain, and this a little darker would be nice, but it'll do, you know. And I definitely am more used to working with Posh. So we're gonna try again using the Posh. Okay, excuse me. So I made 3 little balls, and apparently lost one, probably because of this young lady, my cat. Did you move one of my balls? Hmm? Did you? Did you? Don't look at me all innocent like. I can see you looking at it. My gray cat, she's the troublemaker. Anyway, please hold. It was not her fault. It ended up over on that side. So anyway, so I made 3 little balls. 2, 3 little cock's eye. And I think for sure, I should probably be done crocheting for the day. My hands feel okay, but I don't want to push it. Working with the Posh is so much better. I really hope that I find something similar enough. All right, so I'm just going to link these together. And we have a cock's eye and chains. Oh, Yeah, that works way better than the other one. Yeah. And then I just gotta tie off the end here so they don't come apart. Ooh, that is not gonna work with this size needle. I'm gonna have to do it that way. There we go. All right. There we go. A little coxswain and chain. I love it. This is perfect. Okay. I think I forgot to stuff this one. Shh. Don't tell. All right. Now I'll stuff this back in though. Right. Really gonna miss the Posh. When I was at another Joann's the other day, they had some baby bear and I almost bought it. And I was like, no, you don't even know what color, well, I mean, what I'm going to use that color for. But you know what? I'm sure I would have found something. But that's all right. I'm also sure that there is another similar enough yarn. I just have to, what will they turn to? Oh, it's like a fidget. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I hope my coworkers like these. All right, bye. Hello. Almost forgot my mic. Only got 2 seconds before I realized. Anyway, ignore the mess back there. I'm just cluttered. Today is Thursday. Today's Thursday. It's the morning. Um, I have a day off. It's comp day because I work this weekend. So today I have some appointments in the afternoon, but for now I'm going to show you what I got at Joann's on Tuesday when I went there and got a bunch of things and spent less than I thought I was going to, but still probably definitely more than I'm used to spending. I usually do like 10, 15, maybe 20 when I go there, but this time I spent a lot more. So it was interesting, but it was a lot less than I thought it was going to be, thanks to the regular sales that are going on there and my discount from working there. So here we go. Let's see what we have. Okay, so here is my haul from Monday. We've got some pup cups with green and cookies, hot dogs, pink flowers, blue flowers, mushrooms and flowers with a blue background. I have to sneeze, excuse me. I really love this one. I'm not sure if I'm going to make bananas or bags or, well, there's 2 yards, so probably both. Daisies with a pink background. Purple polka dots. Party hats. Sunflowers with a blue background. And it's a gray with generic dog stuff on it. Definitely, obviously, going to be for bandanas. Paw prints with rainbow tie-dye-ish. Pink with polka dots and paw prints and bones. And last but not least, this is some knit with flower smiley faces and on a blue background. This is going to be for scrunchies, and considering there's 2 yards of it, I don't know what else I'll make with it yet, but because I don't usually work with knit except for scrunchies. So we shall see. Maybe I can make some headbands with some of my larger swaths of this fabric. So, I don't remember. All right, hold on. Okay, so I found the receipt. I got a total of 14 different fabrics at 2 yards each, and that came out to $88, which was less than I thought it was going to be. And then but I did the math, and it came out to $3.14 per yard, which is not bad at all. I think definitely paid less per yard for different things, but I think some of them are a little bit more and some of them a little bit less. So, but they were all 50 to 60% off. So what they do is they take that 50% off each of those items, and then that total, they then take the 30% off of that. So did it tell me how much I saved? $188.22. Yeah. That's a lot. I'll take it. So let's see, the rest of the morning, I think I'm going to watch Handmaid's Tale and do some more crocheting. My mic is way over there, and I have a cat behind me, and a cat there. I don't know where the third one is. Oh, she's up there. So hopefully you can hear me. Try and talk louder and be closer. But I just want to check in. It is evening. I finished. Can I help you? Okay. I finished the last episode of Handmaid's Tale that's out. Made a couple more little balls for my coxswain and pairs and chains, and I have, don't mind the mess again, that much purple yarn yet left. I think I have another cake, but I have a similar amount of pink that I've already used, so that I need to make that for the other organisms. Anyway, one of my appointments got canceled, so unfortunately I didn't get my massage today. Oh well. And then I went to the eye doctor, and these are the wrong reading prescriptions. And apparently I'm also farsighted or nearsighted. I'm gonna have 2 different pairs of glasses now. Getting old is so fun. But because my other appointment got canceled, I was able to take a nice hot bath, so that was pretty nice. These balls, they don't take a whole lot of time per se, but I'm slow at crocheting, so I think I've made like 6 or so of them, of just the balls in it. Or maybe I made 2. Anyway, I'll tally them up for you later at the end of the day. But I just wanted to check in and say hi, and hopefully you can hear me. Okay, I grabbed my mic. Green light is on. It better be working. It said the little thing. Okay, excellent. So I'm not done yet. It's 7 o'clock. So I have another hour or 2. And I'm going to see how long it takes me to do one of these little balls. It's literally 6 in a magic ring, increase, single around, decrease, stuff, close it off. But I am really slow at crocheting still. So let's see how long it takes me, and then I'll give you a final count at the end of the night. Excuse Evie's ear here. My daughter got a gigantic Evie for her birthday last weekend from my parents. It's a big old squishmallow. It's literally the size of this, I'm sitting here on this couch. It's sitting on the couch, and it's literally look at, it's gigantic. Anyway, what I'm supposed to be doing. It took me 8 minutes and 44 seconds to make one little ball, and I threw it. One little ball, 8 minutes and 44 seconds. Oh, there must be a bird outside. Oh, there's a bug on the window. Is there a bug on the window? Is that what you're tripping at? My cat is chirping at the window. Anyway, I'm easily distracted tonight. 8 minutes and 44 seconds to make this itty bitty ball. I'll get better eventually. All right. Bye. hands are done for the night, and it is 8:23, so that's fine. Let's see. I made 2 gram positive rods, and they took me 12 minutes each, which is actually less than these because this was, what, 8 minutes each ball, so yeah. But I don't really like doing I did just, 6 in a magic circle, and then I just went round and round and round. I don't like working with the small, these small pieces. My hands don't like it. Let's see. So I made 2 gram positive rods, and I made 1 larger chain. I don't like it. So I decided to go with the smaller ones. They look better. So I made 3 of those. So that's what I got done all day while I was doing other things. I don't remember if I made this one yesterday or today, but again, I didn't like how big it was, so I went with the smaller ones. They look better. So tomorrow I work again, and then at my regular job, and then I also work at Joann, so I won't be able to be doing any videos tomorrow, most likely. So Saturday I work, Sunday I work, but I don't work at Joann, so I'm sure in the evening I'll be able to get something done. So we shall see. Hello, it is Monday morning, April 14th. I just got back from taking my daughter for her well check. I have today off, but for my regular job, but I work at Joann's 1 to 6, and I just found out the other day that our store, our local store, will be closing April 25th. That's really soon. And then another store that's about a half hour-ish away that'll be closing on the 27th. And then the other store that's a little bit, maybe 45 minutes away. We don't know when that store is closing yet, but so it's coming up quick. Unfortunately, it is what it is, but we'll make it. So I meant to record yesterday, but I was too tired after work. I worked all weekend. Sorry, I was shaking. My cats just decided to come up on the table. It's just not a stable table. Yes, I love you. Anyway, so I finished. I did as much as I wanted to for the organisms. For the bacteria, I made 4 coccyne chain. I made 2, but I think 1 just fell on the floor. Gram positive coccyne. I made 4 gram negative coccyne. Do you mind? I made 3 diplococcyi, which is meningitis, or Warwickella catarrhalis. Those are both respiratory. Or no, not Neisseria meningitis. Neisseria or Warwickella. Warwickella is a common respiratory, especially in children, bacteria. And then I made 2 yeast. They look funny, but and if you want to be super duper immature, you can put the diplococcyi and the negative rods and make inappropriate things. But anyway, that's not why I made them. But those are for lab week. Lab week is the week of April 21st. So I'm glad I thought for a minute there I thought I wasn't going to finish in time. But I did as much as I wanted to do. I'm tired of doing these teeny tiny little things. My hands need a break. So I just started a little bee for my roommate's coworker's daughter. And then I'm going to figure out what I want to sew next. So I think I'll spend this week sewing and then go back to crocheting. I know I need to crochet some stuff for my next market. I'm just slow at it, and I think that I would rather I would feel more productive if I got some sewing done. So, but that'll be the next video, because this is where we're going to end this video. And I hope you guys have a good week and enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.